Okay, welcome back. I'm Paolo, Nibletto, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News, with our special Part 2 interview with the CEO of Tech Data, Bob Dutkowsky, and the President of Tech Data Canada, Rick Reid. We mentioned mobility. I want to get to Apple. They are the leaders worldwide. There's a little bit of an argument here in Canada with RIM, of course. Pie in the sky. What do you think about partnering with Apple? There's word on the street that they're eventually going to have to come to the channel. What do you have to say about that?
Well, first of all, worldwide, Apple is one of Tech Data's most important vendor partners. Most important vendor partners. I mean, people don't think of that, but now Apple ranks in the top 5 with Tech Data worldwide.
Okay.
And remember, we sell $25 billion worth of technology a year. So to be in that top 5, that says Tech Data and Apple have a very deep and strategic partnership. Having said that, we don't have access to Apple in every one of our countries. It's the way Apple manages the channel. So I would contend that Apple's a strong channel player. They're a strong advocate of relationships with distributors like Tech Data, and they pick their spots. And so we're thrilled to be a worldwide partner with Apple and continue to work with them to try to find new technologies that we can help take to the market.
What about that mobility space with the iPad 2 and the iPhone?
And again, we in many countries across the world, we have access to the iPad. Okay. And it's one of the things that have driven all of that growth with Apple. But it's not just iPads and iPhones. It's AirBooks and Macs and Mac Pros. That whole product line is available to Tech Data in the channel today, just not in every country. The one product that they've held back even more is the iPhone.
Yes.
And we have access to the iPhone in several countries, but not all. And I think that Apple continues to try to find what's the right balance point to take those products into the market. But Apple's not the only mobility vendor that's out there, right? And we have relationships with Samsung, we have relationships with RIM, we have relationships with LG, with HTC, with Motorola. That's one of the magics of a broadline distributor. We want to have lots of products and lots of technologies to take to our VAR partners to be able to select what they want to serve their customers with. Without a doubt, Apple is an important player in that space, but it's not the only player.
Okay, let's get to HP. Now, Rick, we've talked about HP. You're pretty bullish on them for 2012. Bob, I want to ask you as well. To say the least, they had a topsy-turvy year last year for sure. How do you project them for this year?
Well, we just got back, as you said, from the HP Partner Conference. I don't know, Rick, what did HP have there? 2,000 to 4,000 partners in a room, from around the world. And we got the opportunity to hear from the individual leaders of their businesses, the printer leader, the server leader, the PC leader, the software leader, and then we got to hear from Meg Whitman, the new CEO. And my take on it is, that's the most confident that I've seen HP as a company present itself in a couple of years. And I think that's the influence of Meg. Meg got up in front of the group and said, my job is to come here and stabilize this company. And I would say, I think in a very short period of time, she's done that. Yeah. And that's not easy to do when you have 380,000 employees and $130 billion in sales or whatever the numbers are. So I think HP is on the right track. I think HP will reestablish itself as a leader in innovation, and I think HP is going to do just fine. It's a huge company with a diverse set of products from a tiny little PC to a massively scalable mainframe computer and lots of points in between. But if anybody can be successful in all of that, a company like HP can do it. So HP is a great partner of ours, and we're excited about what the future holds with them.
So Rick, in Canada, HP sort of tweaked their channel approach. They don't have one, leading channel executive anymore. They sort of split the duties. How do you see that approach working in the Canadian market?
Let me just add a little bit on to what Bob said earlier too. One of the things that Meg said that I was very impressed with is it's about the power of the people that report to her, and a very impressive team. And I must say that in Canada, you look at guys like Freddie and Lloyd and Leyland, like 3 of the best long-term channel industry folks in the industry, so very powerful. So I think, as Bob said, a little bit of spring in their foot now. I think a cocky HP could be pretty dangerous because they're a very strong company. And as I've said oftentimes, they account for 30% of most resellers and distributors business. And so it's very important to us that they continue to do well. And when I left there on Thursday last week, I felt very good about HP's future and about our potential with them. You know, in regards to the channel approach, I won't say anything to you that I haven't said to them. I prefer to have one focused, dedicated approach to tech data from HP, but again, we have three very strong separate focuses, and they're making it work. They are. It's not easy, but HP isn't one company. They're a very large printer company. They're a very large server company. They're a very large desktop notebook company. So I don't even know today if one channel person could do it. So it's tough.
It definitely would be tough.
Yeah. And that's a challenge that Meg Whitman has.
Yeah.
Because ultimately she has to have her tentacles in all of those businesses to a degree where she can with comfort and confidence lead them. So it's a hugely complex job. And as Rick said, the people that are right below her that run those big lines of business, you know, say Todd Bradley, for example, that runs the PC business. It's a $40 billion company. It would be Fortune 10 or something on its own, right? So the quality of people that sit beneath Meg and Todd and all the way down to the channel people that we work with, they're solid people and they're professionals. And it makes our job maybe a little bit harder to manage multiple interfaces with HP, but they're powerful components to the IT ecosystem. Yeah. And you know, that's part of our challenge, is to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah, and it's her challenge to align it all with the channel, of course. But I want to thank you, Bob, for your time. Really appreciate it. Rick, always appreciate your time. That's it for part 2 of the special interview here at Tech Data Canada. I'm Paolo Nibletto, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News. Thanks for watching.